The process of getting a CEO, I mean, we've come from difficult times. Why is it so necessary to have a CEO for Athletics South Africa? I mean, what's the necessity of it all?
Well, this last year we've had a situation where pretty much the board, which is quite often made myself, has had to deal with the administrative issues instead of just the political issues. So we've had a board filling a dual role, which has made it impossible. Also, the office hasn't had a leader on the ground. So the coordination of things has started to slip. I could just give the comparison to when I was president of Western Province, that as soon as we got in a general manager to Forge and she started implementing those things, the province just took off immediately. So as soon as you can get an administrative person to be between the political level and the operational, you're going to see a massive change in the sport. So that's why it's been essential to get someone in that position as soon as possible.
How should the people of South Africa, specifically the athletes and the coaches and the administrators, how should they approach the CEO? I mean, is it something that they should deal with directly, or why is he there for them?
Well, that's where the channels we're going to have to get in place. You know, I've been getting emails from people this year wanting to know what the fixtures are, for example. You know, go straight to the top. And we're going to have to get the communication levels right within the office, but effectively that's going to be Frick's job to make sure that the first port of call is the office, and then that the board actually deals with the strategic and political levels of things rather than the day-to-day operational. So not that the board can get around to having to do that. I mean, we're not a JSE company, we're a sports organisation, but the general communication should start at the right level and then get escalated if there's a problem.
If you look at the man himself, obviously you followed the whole process to get there. Why Frick Vermaak?
It was quite a long process. You know, we had 26 applicants for the position, and then we narrowed it down to a short list, and then narrowed down even further to final 2 candidates. We were very, very strong. I must say the 5 candidates were very strong. And even some of those that didn't get those interviews were also very, very strong, that could have done the job. So it was quite a process, and there was a committee that looked at it and then recommendation to the full board. And a couple of weeks ago we had a full board meeting and the 2 final candidates made a presentation. And yeah, Frick was, I wouldn't say, he wasn't far, you know, I wouldn't say streets ahead of the other candidate, because the other candidate was just as strong. But it was, you know, everyone felt that Frick was the right candidate for the job.
Just in case there are any questions, I mean, it's not a contract, it's a full permanent appointment.
It is going to be a fixed term position, so it's not a part-time position, it's a full-time job. But it will be a contract position, and then with clauses in as to how it will be renewed and when it would be renewed.
And obviously you will be situated in the ASA offices in Johannesburg.
Yes, that's right, yeah. Well, you know, if he convinces us we must move to Durban, then he's going to have to do it. But yeah, the offices are in Joburg at the moment, and he'll be heading it up. Where it's based, he'll be heading it up.
Are there any critical positions at this stage that still need to be filled?
Not directly. I mean, you know, we one of the things we're going to have to sit with Frick is actually sit and go through the restructuring of how the operations should be run. You know, this year we were very stretched very, very thin. We didn't have anyone specifically looking after the athletes and the teams. So sometimes communication has a level let us down. And also in terms of organising events, you know, trying to do Soweto and trying to do the Yellow Pages and trying to do African Champs has left us very, very tight, you know, hard pressed. So we may need positions there, but at the moment the main positions are filled. So, you know, if some marketing, communication, media, we may need to grow that department, but we have got people in place everywhere now.